Part 37. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. People try to tell you that these were like Roman emperors and stuff. Whenever the book of Revelation was written, they had not even received their power yet. These received power 1 hour for one reason. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. This is talking about all the places that Israel was scattered. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth, or the kings of Judea, or the kings of the land. That great city where the Lord was crucified, spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. These 10 horns are 10 legions of Roman soldiers that fought during this war. They made war with the Lamb, but the Lamb overcame them. First, Rome was killing the Christians in the Great Tribulation from 64 until 66 AD, whenever the fires burned Rome down, and Nero blamed it on the Christians, but Jesus Christ overcame them, and then God used them, and he put in their hearts to fulfill his will and make Israel desolate. They turned their sights to Israel, and the Christians fled into the mountains. So now, before we move on, I have a lot to tell you. Jesus Christ returned in 66 AD, and he got 144,000 with him the first resurrection. Then the beast came, the armies, the Gentile armies also came to the beast, to Israel, to fight against them. Rome, these 10 horns had previously made war with the Lamb, but the Lamb overcame them. And then God put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to make Jerusalem desolate, blind, naked, burn her with fire. In 66 AD, Satan was thrown into the bottomless pit. The 2 witnesses started preaching. The believers got out and fled into the mountains. Because now Satan wasn't ruling Israel, the beast took over, Israel took over, and Jesus Christ was destroying them with the rod of iron, him and his saints. After 1,260 days, the 7th trumpet sounded. The believers were caught up, and the kingdoms of this world and the kingdoms of Christ became the kingdoms of God. And then it was time for the wrath of God to be poured out and the vials to be poured out. So let me tell you this story of what happened the last few months.